Good afternoon, folks. This is Deb. Here we are, five days out from the election, and let's talk about where we are. I could continue on blaming people for this loss because I'm pretty bitter, but I'm not going to do that. Because right now, where we are is facing another 4 years of Donald Trump, and it requires us banding together to fight him tooth and nail. Now, there are many reasons why we lost. Apparently, something I can't wrap my head around is people thought that electing a fascist, a xenophobe, a racist, a misogynist, a rapist, a man who tried to overturn the will of the people in 2020, and a man who has spent 10 years lying to the American people to office, as opposed to an intelligent Black woman, a man who has no plans to improve the lives of the American people, in fact, who will victimize people. And we'll talk about that in a future video, as opposed to a woman who actually had a solid economic plan to boost the middle class and help the poor. Be that as it may, here we are. And now the worst of Donald Trump will come to light. The people who didn't understand what tariffs were will understand that tariffs will add 60% more to the price tag of the items that they buy, because tariffs are not borne by the country that send their goods here. They are borne by the consumers who buy them in this country. Most people on the right did not understand that. They are slowly coming to that realization. One of the top searches on the night of the election was, how can I change my vote? Well, unfortunately, you can't. Once your vote is cast, it is cast. You don't get a do-over, and neither will we. So it is imperative that we not pull the blankets over our head and think we can hibernate for 4 years, because Donald Trump has plans to do plenty of damage here in the United States, not just to the economy, but to the lives of women, LGBTQ people, people of color, and immigrants. That's just for starters. Donald Trump has no plan to improve America. Donald Trump has a plan for white people to own America and continue to marginalize everybody else. And that is not anything that we should just sit back and allow to happen. We all have a dog in this fight. It's called freedom. The message for Kamala Harris's campaign was right, but the right wing chose to manipulate the truth again by claiming that she was too woke and was promoting transgender care. Kamala Harris didn't talk about transgender care at all during her campaign, at all. Donald Trump spent $31 million bashing transgender people in America, telling lies about them, pretending that children are going to school as males in the morning and coming home as females in the afternoon. And I'm sorry, but the dumbed-down American public swallowed that stuff. So now we are here in the battle for our lives. And we must fight back. We cannot sit back. Democratic governors across the country are meeting to figure out ways to combat Donald Trump's evil, ugly policies. Maura Healey in Massachusetts, Gretchen Whitmer in Wisconsin, Josh Stein, the newly elected Democratic governor of North Carolina, Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania, Gavin Newsom in California, J.B. Pritzker in Illinois, all planning strategies to fight Donald Trump. The military has met to figure out how to protect and defend the Constitution while Trump is in office. And the American people need to get their heads in the game. Here's where we can start. Get on the phone tomorrow and tell your representatives that you want the No Kings Act to pass. All right? That is a bill that was introduced by Sheldon Whitehouse and several other senators that will prevent Donald Trump from abusing his position of power, and that actually neutralizes the Supreme Court's immunity ruling. We can push for that to be passed before Donald Trump takes office, but it will take the American people's voices to be heard. Let's get this done, folks. Okay? We need to get our heads in the game, and we also need to be instrumental in pushing the fight against Donald Trump. And that means we need to stay engaged. We must not ever think that we have to unite with fascists. We do not. Our goal for 2026 is the same goal we had for 2024. We don't even know where the House is right now. We don't know if we've won it back or if the Republicans will end up with a trifecta. We have no clue yet, but one thing we do know is the entirety of the House will be up again for re-election in 2026. We must not fail again. We need to keep pushing. Okay, just because we had a setback, it doesn't mean that we've lost the battle. We must continue to fight because that is the only way we get ourselves out of this mess. I will talk to you all later.